Good morning, Boker Tov. How are you? It's Tuesday. You know what that means? It's Torah Tuesday. Yay! I hope everybody's good. Sun is shining. It's not bad. Temperature-wise, life is good. How are you? Let's do some Torah. You know what? I'm going to tell you a story. This is a good parsha for telling a story. What do you think? I think it's a good idea. Tell me what you think of this one. Mr. and Mrs. Stein lived a very simple life. They owned a clothing store in the not-so-great part of town. Mr. Stein kept a back office, and Mrs. Stein handled the selling. Their customers were very loyal and had no problem with the Steins closing the store every Saturday. If you needed the Steins, you either looked in the store or in the shul. Life was good. Their children were off in the big city with families of their own, and they wanted for nothing. 6 years went by, and time for Mr. Stein to do the yearly books. Like he did on every 7th year, he zeroed out his accounts receivable. Like every 7th year, his accountant went absolutely ballistic. "Your loyal customers are stealing from you," he would scream in a sarcastic tone. "They know what you're going to do, and they know when you're going to do it. They're taking advantage of you." On and on he would drone. On and on he would yell and scream at Mr. Stein. The Stein's customers would come into the store within a week of getting their statement. Every man, every woman would come up to the Steins, thank them, and shake their hand. Never did the Steins pull away their hands empty. There was always cash. No one asked. It just happened. The Steins would take a portion of this cash and donate it. The roof leaked one year. Word spread and the roofer came. No, he would not take their money. The car broke down. No, the mechanic would not take their money. 50 years the Steins were in business. It was time to retire. The whole town came out for the celebration. The mayor gave a speech. Customers would tell stories about the store, and every man, every woman, every child hugged Mr. and Mrs. Stein. They turned off the lights for the last time, locked the door for the very last time, and turned to see the crowd was still there. It was Friday, and the sun was going down. Everybody knew that. Everybody knew where the Steins were headed. But no one left. Mr. and Mrs. Stein started towards the shul, just like every other Friday. The crowd was still there, but now behind them. Everyone was headed to shul, every man, woman, and child. Mr. and Mrs. Stein looked at each other, then the crowd following them, then at each other. He smiled, she put her hand in his, and off they went. Well, in this week's parsha, God tells us about the sabbatical years and the Jubilee. We're going to grow crops and extend credit for 6 years. In the 7th year, we're going to let the land rest, forgive outstanding debts, and rotate possession of property. Just like the Shabbat, we rest. Now, can you imagine the bank writing off your house note? Can you imagine the bank writing off your car note? Not likely. But how about we let go of regret, grudges, the everyday mundane? Once a week, every 7th day, we can be like Mr. and Mrs. Stein, hand in hand. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Once again, comments, send me comments, send me emails, send me whatever those things you send, those PM things, they're cool. All right? It's good to see you all showing up. I love when I see you guys come across the screen. So, until next Tuesday, until next Torah Tuesday, Have a good week. Be well. Be safe. Don't forget to wash your hands. And stay 6 feet away from each other. And don't forget to wear your mask. I know I hate them too. Wear the stupid things. Okay? I'll see you next week for Torah Tuesday. Peace out.